And this is A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Hey. Welcome to the most must-see wrestling view and live reaction show on all of YouTube. I'm talking about A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. But as you can see, this is not B. No. We got none other than the wrestling historian himself with Big Gold, baby.
Let me talk to you. Well, we'll just watch Raw together, and I'll talk in between segments.
Steven Sandridge, how are you, sir?
Happy to be here, man. Happy to be in the house.
The B. We love you, B.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
I'll keep the seat warm and be respectful to Roman in your absence.
Oh, yeah. No, we're
chilling in the catering tonight.
He's in the back where he belongs.
Okay? Back of the line.
But I'm going to go ahead and give the shouts to our channel mascots while we're watching Raquel and Liv Morgan lay at the smack it down. All right, so let's go ahead and get the shouts out the way for these two troublemakers because they got no kind of chill. Coming in first is the original channel mascot. She is 16 pounds of pure fluff. She is the Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror. Give it up for the one and only Bone Crusher.
All right, let's go.
The newest channel mascot. I'm saying a poodle mix, but she's actually a golden mini doodle.
Okay.
She's a golden mini doodle mix. Give it up for the one and only Stella Rose.
So she's a golden. Could we call her a Shorty G?
I like it.
Hey.
I like it.
Work rate, guys.
Let's crank this up a little bit. Liv Morgan is starting this off with her consigliere, Michelle.
Yeah. Her muscle.
I love it. How are you all? It's good to see you guys so much. Thank you for being here with us for Monday Night Raw. If you just joined us, B is not able to make it. She is out of town. She's actually across the country doing God's work. Doing work. But, wait, what's happening right now?
They just, Nia's in the house. Okay.
Oh, snap. Hold up.
Right.
Nia Jax.
She didn't come alone. Candace started chilling with them. I mean, I know, like, booking-wise, they've been on the same side of things, but now they're hanging out.
I kind of like it. I mean, but the thing is, I'm not mad at it, but it's funny that they can't let her be her own.
Yeah. I have a real High School Mean Girls vibe already looking at these girls. Like, in a good way, though. Normally, I don't care for that, but, you know, Tiffy's already got kind of the clueless look, and Candace kind of has the Mean Girls look already, and Nia just whoop you, you know.
She will.
She'll bust you to the white meat. So, yeah.
Bust you to the white meat. I love that line. If y'all don't know, you better recognize what is going on, everybody.
Right.
War games. That's what I'm talking about, Anthony. I'm going to give the shouts as soon as these ladies finish getting on the mic and saying what they got to say. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm going to get all the way to the top, to the tippy top. All right, Nia. Wait.
Okay.
I don't dislike you. The champ doesn't think of you at all. Liv?
She's a little hoarse in the throat.
Three Kings said, my father's sweating already looking in this ring.
I mean,
somebody said the ASS show was here tonight with you and me. I said, I don't think this is where that show is.
No. You know,
I'm kind of glad for the interruption.
Okay. The guns and buns of the Navarro.
Okay. We're starting off strong with the ladies tonight. They ain't alone. Naomi's here too.
Okay, the ladies. Okay, hold on now. Hold on. They're wearing the same
They matching the boots.
You feeling froggy, then leap.
Who else is here? Oh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Okay, they're getting things kicked off something proper like. Wow. Hi, Stella. Say hi to Steven. See, they're so calm.
Yeah.
They're so calm when he sits down, but as soon as he moves,
yeah.
Like, y'all need to. You are embarrassing me. We are hosts. This is our guest.
Hey, Shamanica. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome to the chat, Shamanica. I'm going to give shouts to everybody in just a second. I'm letting these ladies cook.
The short one.
Who?
I mean,
Wait, it's going to be Becky Lynch.
Becky, they said, I thought Becky was coming back like Netflix time. Bailey's still in the mix, isn't she? I mean, who
I need
else?
somebody strong.
Yeah.
And
That's
there
strong
you go.
enough. You came prepared for the occasion.
There you go, folks. I think we know who's winning this.
Mommy at Survivor Series. Here we
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Oh, man.
she's looking crazy.
Okay. I don't know what to think about that.
Look at that look on
yeah.
Liv Morgan's face. That's a look of
It's part
shock and horror.
Hellraiser, part... Okay. Oh, man.
War Games.
Well, if we ain't getting William Regal to say it, that was a good second.
Oh, man. Okay, my money is on this team all day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Io Sky, she's going flying.
Yeah,
and took them all out.
Down 4.
Took them all out.
Listen, as a War Games team, that's a brutal combo.
Yeah, it is.
You got Jay, because here's the thing, everybody. You look at that 5. Traditionally, a War Games team, you want a main eventer. If you're going to have a team of 5, you want a main eventer, 2 solid mid-carders. Sometimes it's 2 main eventers and 1 mid-carder and a dominant tag team. I go back to 90 or 91 when it was Ultimate Warrior, Kerry Von Erich and the Legion of Doom. I'm getting vibes like that, but better workers for these ladies because those guys were just...
What a rush.
Exactly. So you got Rhea and then Naomi and Io as your 2 and 3, along with Jade and Bianca as your tag team.
I love it.
That's a solid team. Solid team.
All right, let me give a quick shout. We got some mod squads in the house. Main event, Mama Jaya, what is going on? Good to see you over here.
What's
The
up, main
Teflon
event?
Don. And that is,
Sorry, just trying to close that for you.
Okay, thank you.
It's all right.
We're working on a different computer today. We're at the Teflon Don. How you doing? Let me see who else do we have in here. I think I saw Sophie Dofi, but I could be wrong on that. Yep, there you are, OG, triple OG. And I'm going to go ahead and give that shout right there. Member for 33 months. Come on, Sophie.
All right, Sophie.
Last week we got the B and S show, and now we got the A and S show.
Hey, just here is the alternate, baby, whenever
So
somebody
what you're
goes
saying
in.
is last week you got some BS? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, no lies on the BS show.
I would say what was BS? That Tyson fight. That Tyson fight.
I don't know. I don't spoil it. I still haven't finished it yet. My Netflix stream's still buffering.
Yes, you ain't Netflix. I'm telling you, come January.
Just real quick, everybody, if there's anybody in your life giving you grief about being a wrestling fan, go ahead and tell them that fight on Friday was a bigger work than anything we talk about on Mondays and Fridays.
You ain't never lied.
Nope.
You ain't never lied. Okay, everybody associated should be ashamed of themselves. Mike Tyson, I'm telling you right now, brother, if I see you in the street, it's on sight. Now I'm gonna have him with me and some other weapons of mass
Handshakes
destruction.
on site.
But but that match, that was crap.
Nah. Get
was
paid,
crap.
Mike. It's fine. Do what you got to do.
Get your monies, but we wasted our
Until
time.
Jake
and
Paul
our
fights
Friday
a real
night.
fighter who's the same age, I ain't got any respect for him. At least Logan has some respect for the business he's walked into.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I saw that little hug. He was like, Mike, take it easy. Yeah, all right, Paul, you got it.
Although, did you hear Mike call out Logan in the post-fight? I'm sure Mike's just, looking for his next gig. And I'm not super excited about it, but somebody got super into fantasy booking today, and I heard a really fun idea.
All right, lay it on.
WrestleMania, take the Paul brothers,
Right.
have them trash talk Mike, and Mike comes out with Steve Austin.
Are you serious?
Just as it was just like brainstorming. There's no credibility to anything I'm saying.
I mean,
but
there's
I'm
history
like,
there.
you could reconnect. Oh my gosh, I'm saying it backwards. Austin and Tyson. You could have you could have the Pauls in a worked environment to where they could get beat up. I mean,
There is history there.
Logan would be down, I think. Jake is the one I don't know about, but
All right,
nevertheless,
now you kind of interesting. You kind of got me.
I'm just making sure that the chat. Yeah. I'm just making sure chat's all
okay,
good.
Interesting. All right. Let me go ahead and give some shouts to my baby sister. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being in here. Let me go ahead and give some shouts right there to Fareed Saheed. I think he might have been first in line with that fast pass. Thank you very much. We acknowledge you. Good to see you. As the mixed tag match is coming up, we got LWO's Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega coming out to face Shorty G and Ivy Nile. I'm looking forward to that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and give it a little mute. Let's go ahead and give some additional shouts, and I'll get everybody else as I get in here. Rickety, what's going on, my friend? We got Dog Cells. How are you, Dog Cells?
Okay.
Welcome to the Oh-So Penitentiary. Side note, I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you saw this on Friday Night SmackDown. And I saw this on TikTok. And they zoomed in. When the OG Bloodline was backstage, Roman was sitting down and Sammy went, then the music hits and it's solo, right? I think Jey Uso said make the call or something before then, whatever it was. But then music hits the solo, they look up. I don't know what this means. But apparently Sami Zayn had his hands in his pockets. He took this right hand out, empty. Took the left hand out, had something in it. Put it in his right hand, and then the right hand did a toss on the sofa, and it was a cell phone.
You know, that angle, they're playing with so much subtlety, you know, that could be a thing. Because I saw another thing today, too, because, you know, obviously, you know, Roman calls him and it's a disconnected number. But they also flashed back to the night Heyman got jumped by Solo's Bloodline, and they stomped out his phone in the ring. So theoretically, they could either be paying off that Heyman's still got a broken phone.
Maybe.
And that's why he's unreachable. Or there could be something to that. But, you know, at the same time, you know, Finn picked up that hotel room card, and we never really saw a whole lot come from that either.
Let me go ahead and get that up off your dome.
Yeah. Still playing the PlayStation, Carlito. I don't know. Yeah, so, I mean, that there's definitely something there, and especially going in to War Games.
Yeah.
You know, I think without Heyman, that OG Bloodline is still going to have a hard time getting on the same page.
They're going to have a real hard time.
Yeah.
But if you got a sleeper agent in your midst, I mean, let me tell you something. They brought him back in, honorary Oos, the whole shebang. If he really, really is dirty.
That's hard.
I'm not ready for that.
No, I'm not ready for like an actual heel turn. Like, I do like this element that if Roman has not made peace with somebody, they still have a legit beef with him.
Sure.
And so, like, if he goes full on, like, I'm switching sides, I don't know. I'm ready for any of that.
I don't trust it. A Solo was stacking the deck.
Yeah. Yeah. Adding Bronson was unexpected.
Unexpected.
I don't fully know how I feel about all that, but I'm happy that Bronson is getting any more main event time than he's already getting. Because he's putting in so much good work lately.
Look, we all know then who was going to be the next member of that team. I mean, come on. I think we all know that.
I mean,
at this point,
it shouldn't be anybody else but one person.
But I'm just saying, man, now I didn't want to believe that Sami Zayn might be dirty, but whatever that shenanigan was, now I got my eye on you, Sammy. You smell that? Smell fishy. I don't like it.
Something's rotten in the state of wherever in Canada he's from.
That is some
Montreal.
sushi you got out back from the white truck in the alley.
That's some gas station sushi right there.
It don't smell right. All right, let me go ahead and give some shouts again back to Rickety. Good to see you go, JB24, because you got to put the foe on it, man. Ooh. Who do we got over here? Young Hung Ho 25. Thank you very much for being with us. Dylan Danger. Let me see. Who else do we have here? Jack Roman. I see you, buddy. Lauren, you already know. Good to see you, Lauren. Hope y'all are happy to see once again in the seat.
Just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, and I'm so thrilled you were able to make it.
Hey, man.
This means the world to
This'll
us.
be
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and
of fun.
unmute back. Let me give some additional shouts, and then I'm going to catch up. So you'll be able to be,
Yeah, I just needed to refresh here because I lost the chat.
okay.
So I'm just keeping an eye on that.
All right, Patrick
Oh,
Case.
this is the Netflix announcement with Travis Scott.
with the Hardcore Championship.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah, he presented
That's
him with
nice.
his Hardcore title. And I got to be honest with you, I didn't love it because the side plate was a little crooked, which is fine.
Yeah.
But the main plate, it just looks like they slapped some tape over it. The original Hardcore title was broken.
cracked up.
Was cracked up.
Was it the Mr. Perfect one, the one where he smashed with a hammer to Hogan? Was it the same belt, or did they just try to replicate it?
I don't know.
Because in old Saturday Night's main event, Mr. Perfect took a hammer to the Winged
He
Eagle
sure did.
When he stole the belt from Hogan.
He sure
and
did.
They definitely made it look like it was that belt when they created the first Hardcore title.
But
If we're going to cover up the center plate of any belt, the modern WWE title, I prefer that to the Winged Eagle.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I got to tell you, to this day, I actually forgot about that, man. I had to go to some therapy because, that's my favorite belt.
Yeah.
And to see that destroyed
Oh,
like
I
that,
was devastated. I was, 8 and 9, 10 years old, something like that. I mean, I was almost
didn't
as
hear
sad as the day Earthquake killed Damien.
Man.
Are we talking about trauma?
Man, rest in
Sorry,
peace.
I got
You are not lying.
Distracted, cutting
Not
back
lying. All right, we got the LWO in
to Zelina
here.
and Ray, the color scheme.
Coming out American Man. I love to see. Look. I've said this 1,000 times. A good tag team needs to match.
Yeah.
Okay, everything
Matching
needs
gear.
to hit.
You can buy a lot of time with a sort of mishmash team if you go to matching gear.
That's true.
Matching gear and a couple of tandem moves. I kind of like Ivy's get up here.
I love it. I love
The
it.
denim vest. Looks like she got it off the street at Panama City Beach, spring break.
I'm not giving that to her, dude.
It's kind of that heel America, sort in a
I'm
way.
all about it. And see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting involved. That's what you're
Dragon
supposed to
sleeper,
do.
baby. Oh,
That's what you're supposed to do. She better get some revenge. I know that much.
yeah.
She better get some revenge, right? I'm going to catch up in the chat. George Lewis, how are you? The Three Kings. I think this might be the first super chat of the night.
Okay.
Starting it off right today. We got the ASS show.
That was segment 1, my friend.
Yes, it was. I'm going to tell you something. My actual initials, my government name is ASH.
Okay.
And I was actually thinking of a nickname, and I was going to go with Ash. And I didn't want to because I was afraid people were going to do justice.
We were dangerously close to having our wedding programs look like that because my wife's name begins with the letter A, and S is my last name, and so we thankfully we dodged that when we were brainstorming.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
it was almost we were almost there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel me on that one.
Yeah,
You feel me
Yeah,
on
you
that
gotta
one.
don't play with names and initials. You got to think about that
You got to
stuff.
think about it. You are not lying. Movie Queen, what is going on? Good to see you. Aaron Teagle, how are you? Let me see. Oh, hang on. The Teflon Mod Father right here. Good evening, gentlemen, from the Mod Father. How you doing? How's everybody tonight?
Yeah,
Where are you
feeling
guys
good.
chatting from? What is the current temperature? I got to tell you, Ivy Nile right here beating down Rey Mysterio.
Stomping a mud hole in Rey Mysterio.
And I love it.
yes.
Look at the...
Uh-huh.
Come on now. Look at those guns.
Yep.
I'm not mad at this, man. I've said this before. Because we saw B-Fab. She body slammed a man. She looked good on last week, Friday Night SmackDown. And so I'm never mad at it because they train together.
Yeah.
So they might as well lay some hands.
Oh yeah, Ivy's just need to keep doing what she's doing. Like it's a crowded top floor in the women's division right now, and all she's got to do is just keep doing what she's doing. I think they'll see what she's got. You know,
for
she's
sure.
just so. I mean, they call her a pit bull when she was just hanging with the Creed Bros before. I don't know if that's carried over now that Gable's got involved, but
I'm good with it. But the one thing I do
She
miss
fights like it.
is when she came out with her chain.
Yeah, the chain was a good.
And it was
addition.
a real chain.
Yeah.
So I really kind of miss that. I wish she would kept that. That keeps that badassery, and I appreciate it. Justin Hollencrane, what's up?
What's up, Justin?
Blood Ninja the Gamer, also a mod. Good to see you.
All right.
Let me see who else we got. Of course, I've got Anthony. Let me give you that yeah. That's what I'm talking about. T-Man, what's up, T-Man? Oh, Samantha Poole, you getting a year? I had to give you a little year on that one because you always do me dirty, Samantha Poole. You always do me dirty, but I love you. All right, Teflon Don right here says, if the yams appear, hit the music. Well, they did, and I missed the music.
Yeah, well, we'll have to maybe we might see them again before the end of the night.
All right, that is very possible.
see.
So I'll just give you a quick bar. And can I get to the yams? All right. That's all you're going to get.
Just a couple weeks from Thanksgiving. I mean, you got to yam it up, dog.
Yeah, you know what? But I'll be honest with you.
It's not your vibe.
I'm not a holiday person. I'm not a Thanksgiving person. I do not care for yams.
Too many carbs.
You know what? Okay, so back in the day, it used to be competition in the house. My uncle was a big dude, 6'3", 350. Like he was a big dude.
Yeah.
And he could pack it away. So we always had a competition about who could, really, pack it down. And I remember Survivor Series was always a Thanksgiving tradition. We had people over to the house. It was a whole big thing.
Sure.
And I don't know at what point, I want to say sometime in the 90s, I just lost the flair. Woo! For Thanksgiving food.
Fair enough.
I'm not big on stuffing. I don't like cranberry sauce. Sweet potato pie, I'll get a piece, maybe a little piece of pumpkin pie, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not really looking forward to this. We did buy vegan turkey. Don't come for me in the comments. So I can at least participate.
Sure.
But do you enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday?
Yeah, as I've gotten older, my appetite's gotten a little smaller. I mean, I didn't have to compete with King Kong Bundy, at Thanksgiving dinner, thankfully.
You ain't lying.
But I mean, it's as it's gone on, my portions have gotten a little smaller, but I still like, most of the Thanksgiving food I like is stuff that you could probably get away with having at a different time of the year. So, turkey, mac and cheese, potatoes.
Wait, did you say turkey mac and cheese?
No. Turkey,
And
comma,
mac and cheese. Okay.
mac and cheese.
Okay.
I never say no to bread.
Mashed potatoes.
But yeah, mashed potatoes, bread. I like a good, decent dessert. My family growing up though, like I go to my grandparents, and my grandfather was German, and then my granny, she was, just a straight up Southern woman and stuff. So there wasn't like, I mean, we still had like the traditional desserts and stuff, but like they'd mix it up too, sometimes. So it wasn't always like what you'd see in a magazine picture or on a typical menu, like you'd have the regular stuff. There'd always be a little extra something here or there.
Was it like National European vacation when they went to Germany?
Not quite that wild.
At the Schnitzel?
Yeah, but like sometimes there'd be a German chocolate cake there, or, something that I would butcher trying to pronounce right now. But
my mother
good stuff.
loves German chocolate cake. And it is difficult to find where they are in their neck of the woods. I'm not a chocolate fan. Y'all know this. So, I don't really... It's not a thing for me anymore. So I don't really look forward to this.
Wrestling connection to that dish, though. I think it was superstar Billy Graham back in the day. You say, lifts weights, eats T-bone steaks, sweeter than a German chocolate cake. predecessor to the big bad booty daddy himself,
Got
Scott
that right.
Steiner, and many other cocky blonde heels.
Got that right. And he
history.
came back from one last run.
Yeah.
One tiny little run, and then it was a whole hip thing. I didn't want to get into it. But he knew how to sell it.
Yeah.
He knew how to sell it. Who else we got here? Right here, we got the Three Kings. What's going on, Three Kings, brother? How are you feeling this week? Are you good? Are you mid? How are you feeling? And we got a super chat. Undashing Mommy is here.
Right. I was thinking a little bit about that too. I was mesmerized by her look. Like she looked like, she's looked like a star for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
But that was like a whole, I was speechless for a minute there.
I loved it. It reminded me of Ronin, right? When you had Hawkeye and everybody was just like,
oh, yeah.
And
He's
then
like, I'm here to kill.
I'm here to I'm about business. As Booker T say, it's about business, man.
The minute I got my voice back was when she yelled War Games and hit that head button. I was gone again. I was like, okay.
How do you not love that?
Go ahead. Yeah, no. That is star power. That's the kind of stuff. Like, wrestling is as good as it's ever been with WWE.
Yep.
But that is the kind of stuff that sets you higher than your competition.
Ain't that the
truth? Someone who can just come in, do what she did, and like just own the entire segment. Like, And she didn't do much, really.
She
said
uttered
one
two
word,
words.
2 words,
War games.
compound word.
Is it
hit
compound word?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
however you want
Yes.
to say it. Either
Yes.
way, 2 words, 1 move, and then
The rest was done.
and owned that entire segment that had lengthy promos leading up to it by comparison. So, yeah,
Beautiful thing.
that's got superstar written all over it.
Look at this guy right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's laying hands, and I expect her to go ahead and jump up. Where's the New Yorican in you? Lay him out. There you go.
You know, I missed it when she used to hit people with the chancla.
Thank you. She had a little holster for it and everything.
You know what? Maybe it's a little too silly for WWE. Maybe it's more of an AEW idea. But like, she could get like a loaded chancla, you know? Like I know the Young Bucks used to put like thumbtacks on the bottom of their sneakers in one of their cage matches or something. But yeah, like if she turns heel again, you know, loaded chancla to smack.
Well, I'll tell you what.
She won't stay heel for long with a
Shotzi
move like that.
Blackheart not using the tank. How about you come out with a tank and start shooting some chocolates out at everybody?
Yes, the tank was great.
What happened? What's going on with Shotzi?
She got hurt at some point. I don't know if she's ready to come back and they're just biding their time.
Right.
Or if she's not ready yet. Does anybody in the chat know? Is she healed up yet or is she
Really
still
kinda
waiting?
curious
She
about
got
that.
married at one point too.
She did. I think I forget what it was. She wrestled and got married, or got married and wrestled. I forget what it was. Like all on the same day.
I remember her wrestle. She wrestled in her wedding dress. I know that.
Yeah.
And she either I think she might have got hurt not long after that.
All right, who else have we got in here? Let me go ahead and catch up. J.R. Dugan, Dawsey Chatham, Spiky 29.99, Alexander. Yeet. Good to see you.
I see Rickardy and Go JB both pointing out that Hogan and Jesse the Body lifted some of their material from old superstar Billy Graham.
Oh,
no lies detected.
Please.
But that is the WWE way. Steal something, turn up the volume, get over.
That's what it is.
I mean,
that's what it is.
I'm not throwing shade. That has worked for decades.
Has worked. We got the one and only Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody? Oh, Stella gave you some shouts as well. I love it.
Yeah.
We got Zelina Vega coming up in here, taking out Ivan Nile, taking out Shorty G, and there goes. Look at him. Rey Mysterio still got it. We got a cover.
I'm not one to laugh at what people like to call botches, but that certainly cracked me up. Did you see Zelina pull down the top rope and Ivy go through the middle?
The middle rope. Yeah, it didn't quite.
Matthew's gonna have fun with that one.
It didn't quite pan out the way that they
That's
intended.
okay. That's okay. I'm still enjoying this match, but
it
that gave me a chuckle.
It happens. I mean, the biggest botch Friday night was the Tyson fight. So I mean,
oh my gosh,
it was 8
tell me
rounds,
about
2
it.
minutes of just nonsense.
I had to reload Netflix twice every round, and it was only a 2-minute rounds.
There you go.
Okay.
LWO with the win.
All right.
LWO with the win. I love it. Moses Tiriboyi, good to see you from Facebook. If I mispronounced that, which I'm sure I did, my apologies. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and catch up again. Judy. How are you, Judy? With a big super chat. Circle, message, OTC, OG Bloodlines. Put them up with the ones. Heart emoji. No bueno, Sam. I know that's right. I know that's right.
Still a lot more to go in that story.
I know that's right. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I didn't want to trust it. See, Henry, what is going on? Vegan turkey, really? Yeah, it's delicious. Vegan turkey's delicious. Okay, I don't even like.
Creed's showing up now.
Uh-oh.
Chad getting hot-headed again.
This is. Oh, snap. He slapped. Okay. Oh, dang. Okay, the Creed brothers are turning on each other. This is terrible.
Okay. So this is
it's
the
motivation.
This is the culture of American Made. We're seeing.
Wow. I don't know if Ivy Nile's on board. She looks a little conflicted.
Yeah.
I'm not buying the character there.
I feel like American Made is like 50% Kurt Angle, 50% like Kid Rock right now.
I am Kid. Yeah, I'm not going to sing the song. Judy's got a super sticker. Yay, Judy.
All right, Judy.
Thank you, Judy, for supporting us like that.
after your title too. So look, I'm just saying if it helps, I can take the wheel tonight.
Would you mind, please?
Of course not. Fine, let me step over to you. Dom.
Oh no.
A couple weeks ago, you single-handedly defeated Damian Priest in the main event on Monday Night Raw. You are the man. And that's full faith in both of you boys.
All right, Finn Balor's in charge now.
Exactly.
He went straight to Dom as soon as he got that.
You sure
permission
did.
to.
Is it me or is Dom's mustache growing by the
Yeah.
week? It's like a weed.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just take a weed whacker and just
Just. Zzz.
Don't make them more angry. And it was fun. But hey, you're the great Dominik Mysterio. We'll figure it out.
It reminds me of we just watched our youngest and I. We just powered through X-Men '97 last night.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
Powered through it. Okay, this is not the X-Men that I remember.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
it is and it isn't.
yeah, right.
I'll tell you something. It reminds me of. Okay, so we're gonna go back in the day a little bit, which I cannot wait to see this movie. But the I think it was '85, might have been '85. Transformers movie.
Yeah,
You had the GI Joe movie.
yeah.
And you had some deaths in those movies.
Uh huh.
And up until that point, that did not happen in a cartoon.
Oh
like that. I was not prepared for what occurred.
yeah.
And so we saw the X-Men cartoons growing up, but I was not prepared for X-Men
They
'97.
went for it with '97, man.
I saw the videos and everybody talking about it and the, I'm like, come on, it's X-Men '97. What are we talking about,
Dude.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I was surprised by one them willing to proverbially pull the trigger in a couple of places, but also like, man, just the emotional gravity of it as well. Like it was that one particular episode about halfway through the season was nuts, and then at the end too, there was some real like, oh man, they went there
Oh, they went
kind
there.
of places. So yeah,
But it's
Super good.
crazy because emotionally speaking, knowing what X-Men was in the cartoon that you would watch on Saturday mornings or what have you, like it was cool. It had its, it was fun. But it was like I was watching an alternate universe X-Men because it had that familiar feel of what we watched as a youth, but then it turned up the volume
yeah.
and in such a way that I'm just like, oh my gosh.
It did a lot what the Harry Potter novels did. Like it aged emotionally with its audience.
Yes.
So it kept a lot of the same set pieces and all that stuff, but the maturity of the show matched the perceived maturity of the audience in those 20 years.
You are
Almost
not
30
lying.
years. But yeah, so they'll have a second season coming.
I'm not ready
too.
for it. I'm not ready
Did you
for it.
see the like little in credit scenes
Oh,
at
yeah.
the end too? Okay, just making sure, because that's one of those things. I'm like, at least you didn't really say goodbye. Like
No.
well, I would say not like in the comic book death sort of way either. It's like more of a continued angle
Yeah.
of where we're using wrestling speak. So
Yeah.
like just seeing like knowing that. I mean, I don't think I'm really spoiling anything for anybody because we haven't even gotten there. Knowing that like Apocalypse is going to factor into the second season and how that will impact some of the characters. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
If you haven't watched it, I'm telling you, just take an afternoon on the weekend and
yeah.
just power through.
It's a pretty quick bit. The episodes are not long.
Not at all.
Um,
Not at all.
do you? And I know some people's mileage varies on the show. Did you ever watch What If?
Yes.
So there's a
Yes.
trailer. Marvel has released a trailer of like some of their upcoming content for Disney Plus. So they got the new Daredevil series coming out next year, which I'm most excited about. Some other things, but they also gave a brief preview of What If, and for the first time, they are incorporating mutants into What If.
No.
Now I've only seen they only show you one scene, but it seems to be the center plate for one of the episodes called Storm, the Goddess of Thunder. And so it's you got a shot of Storm wielding Mjolnir. I was like, that alone is enough for at least to make me watch one episode of this third
you
season
kidding me
that
right
comes
now?
out. No lies, man. No lies.
Not ready for this.
Yeah.
Look at oh gosh, look at his eye.
Uh-oh.
Dang, this got a little. Wow, this is interesting. Look at this.
Oh, this was from. Oh, his eye's still messed up.
Yeah, it's bad.
Chad Gable's like Ike Turner.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he got cut up pretty bad. I didn't
Yeah.
Great visual though.
Yeah.
Deals by Drew. How are you? Shamanica, I see you, Shamanica. Brandon Thomas, what is up, everybody? We love you too, Judy. Okay, she's going back to work. Judy, do me a favor. If you're still in here, you tell Trader Joe's, I will never forgive them. Foosballs were delicious. The PB&J foosballs, you discontinued it. I only have so much in life that I can eat, and those were one of them. Trader
Tell
Joe's,
'em.
I will never forgive you.
On site.
What I've always done. I show the world the truth. The truth is, lights are just a bunch of wounded people abusing others to make themselves feel better. The Wyatts are
I really like the fact we're finally seeing the Final Testament and Karrion Kross come into their own.
Yeah.
Like it took a long time to get here.
Karrion had potential this whole time. That one Adam Cole promo ruined him for like a year and a half.
Yeah, it did.
But time has told it doesn't really matter how special you are when you ring the bell if nobody cares.
That's right. That's right.
And honestly, like for me, I don't know about you guys in the chat. I know when it comes to characters like the Wyatts or the Undertaker before them and stuff, I'm really glad that the Wyatt Six seem to not really be a supernatural group. They're really just more psychological. And the difference I mean to that is they don't no-sell stuff. Like if they get jumped, they're going to take a beating.
Right.
And like I think in the long run, that will give them more legs
Right.
as storytellers than people who, the problem they ran into with the Fiend.
Right.
Which was not
Exactly.
Bray's fault. I mean, that was the booking.
I don't
Yeah.
think that no Karen. I'm going to say what George Lewis, like he was saying right here. I think we finally have Karrion Kross in with the right crew, and it's working.
Yeah.
It's working. And the fact I didn't know how Miz was going to factor into this, but I got to say it's working
Yeah.
out too.
I thought he was like going to be oil and water with them, but
Yeah.
he's Miz is a lot more versatile than we want to give him credit for.
True.
I mean, the fact that he's lasted as long as he has, the fact that he honestly shut up Bryan Danielson in a promo segment, like people, sometimes we forget about that, but he's highly underrated.
And he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And he's got the Cena vibe, which what I mean by that is like he can go on all the talk shows
Right.
and represent the product. He's the corporate guy. He wrestles safely,
Yep.
and which, was meant as a slam against him. But like that promo he cut in 2016 on Bryan, I was like, he didn't tell one line that whole
he
thing.
didn't.
I was like, where are you? Getting hurt all the time.
Yeah.
I don't get hurt. Like, I mean,
I
so,
love it.
yeah.
I love it.
so I don't he'll never be one of my favorites, but I'll never say a bad thing about him.
Get a little real. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Gunther and Ludwig talking.
Okay.
You need to realize who you are. Go out there and make a name for yourself. Speak for yourself. Guck dich an, Junge. All das Talent in die Wiege gelegt bekommen. Dein Vater ist immer noch Axel Titel. From now on, stand your own man.
Wait.
Be your own man.
Schau mir in die Augen. Look into my eyes. What do you see?
Cult of personality.
Do you still see the old Ring-General? 100%. Nothing has changed. All das, was der Typ gesagt hat, waren Lügen. He thinks he got on my skin. Living priest does nuts.
Wait, I'm a little confused by this.
Consider priests so nice.
I don't.
Wait, they're not breaking up, but be your own man. So what was this?
I think Gunther's going through this sort of character evolution, and I don't know if I like it or not. Like, it's fine to show him because he's going to have to be vulnerable at some point
Right.
to be considered. Who is he? Okay, choking him out.
Wow.
I was about to
From
say,
behind.
yeah. Yeah, that's not really Gunther's style. And he went for a
Wow,
weapon.
he went for a weapon. Yeah. What are we talking about
So
right
yeah,
now?
I feel like they're trying to tell a story that Gunther feels low-key threatened by Priest because he hasn't been able to beat him clean yet.
I get that out in the ring, you a gentleman. But on the streets, I'm king.
Wow.
All right, well, that was a good line. Oh my gosh, Pierce.
Something working for the champ. Yeah, I think we need some ice.
Okay, I got to be honest with you. I really wasn't feeling them going at this again.
Yeah.
But they have made Priest into something I did not anticipate.
Yeah. Priest has come along quite nicely. I wish they had done a little more to justify Gunther feeling at all threatened by him.
Right.
And I think they tried to do that with the promo, being like, you know, Gunther's a guy Priest is a guy that Gunther has not been able to beat without help, whether he asked for the help or not, you know. So there's something there, but I don't know. Like I'm still getting used to that idea. So I don't know. I don't know what'll come from that.
Interesting. All right, we got Sheamus coming out here right now. The title that has eluded him his entire WWE career. The Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. The cream of the crop. Who do you got?
I mean, it's still got to be Braun for me. I mean, I want to see Sheamus check that off his list before he retires, something bad. But man, like I'm just not ready for Braun to get dethroned yet. You know, like they had the thing with Jay, and then they used the story to get it back to Braun without really taking much off of Jay. In my opinion, like I don't feel like Jay lost a whole lot other than the actual belt,
Right.
And how they did that because they just pivoted him right over to the top story in the whole company.
Right.
And Sheamus, I want him to get there, but I feel like they really should tell us not like a Cody length level story, but tell a story of him chasing it. Like I don't think it should just happen now.
You know, it's funny you would say Jey Uso. You all saw our reaction.
Yes.
When he lost that title. And I've since given this some thought, as Austin Powell said. I've given it some thought. I actually would have much preferred Jey Uso still be Intercontinental Champion and a part of the Bloodline. Why? Because in the Bloodline, you would only have one champion, and that would be Jey Uso. He's had this whole thing with Roman Reigns for so long. I would love to see that little smirk of jealousy. Like he's proud of him and all, but you have lost everything. You have basically us now that are trying to come back together, trying to put the band back together again, but don't get it twisted. We equals.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one with some gold.
I could see that. I mean, I do like that notion that because that's how it started when Jay said, I ain't joining up with you. I'm doing fine by myself. So I think my question is like, how would you bring Jay into that story?
Right.
If he's not motivated, he's got no reason to be motivated to help. You know what I mean? And I think that them taking the title. I'm not necessarily saying that was the right choice. I think it was at least the first choice or the most common sense choice
Probably the
to be
easiest
like,
way to go.
what's the quickest way to motivate Jay as a character to want to get involved in that story? Well, those people are responsible for me losing what I care for the most. So it's not so much I'm here for Roman as I'm here to, you know, ice these boys who just took my title.
I like that. Ice these boys.
So, and at this point, yes, I don't know. I really like the idea of Roman still needing to wrestle with the tension of people are doing okay without him, and that their bond as family has to be beyond something more of I'm at the head and you guys are down here.
Right.
And that would be visual evidence of him having to deal with that every week. But for Jay's side, I just don't know why Jay would want to be involved if he doesn't need to be. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying I can't think of any ideas.
Because it kind of reminds me like of what we have been seeing with Orton and Cody Rhodes. We keep seeing Orton side-eye that title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's still playing nice. And I would love to have seen, not that he would want the title, but just like, dang, like this used to be This used to be me. Like I
hadn't held this one yet. Let me take a look.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
just I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Yes, Sophie Dopey, I like my balls. I'm not going to say anything more about the Fruz balls. They were delicious, and I enjoyed them. Okay, they were a vegan snack. And can I have something?
No one can beat your foosballs.
You know what? I love putting those fruit balls in my mouth. They were delicious,
Hey.
absolutely delicious. But let's go ahead and take a call.
Part of a balanced snack.
If you all don't know that SNL skit, you got to watch it. It's just. It's a kind of cheeky humor we try to do here. We cheap but clean, but it's just so funny. It's so funny. All right, I think I'm going to get ahead. I think I'm caught up in the chat. Hey, I finally agree with you, homeboy. Yay, Mommy Quinn agrees with me. That's what I'm talking about.
Miracles do come true.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. But Jay got his payback. Yeah, I know. He got his payback. Them boys are no longer the tag team champs. I get it. Motor City Machine Guns, whoop, 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 all that. Look, I hate to say it. They're fine wrestlers and everything. I'm not on the train. I'm not on the train. They're not doing it for me.
They very much remind me of like the peak period where AJ Styles in TNA was the best wrestler in the world. You know, that 05, 06, 07. I feel like they just got in a DeLorean and hopped from 07 to 2024. Which means in the ring, like I bet they would kill it in AEW with the right booking, to be honest, because I feel like 90% of their character is the moves they do in the ring, and so they need some actual character fast.
Yeah.
Beyond I'm a good wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying they can't get there. I'm not saying they can't get there. I'm happy that they're involved. Like, but even like I know some of y'all hate on DIY, but I put all my money down, which is not very much, that Tommaso Ciampa's a more compelling character than any of the four of them right now.
Yep. Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah, he is.
So I mean, they just need.
Oh yeah, he is.
They just need an actual story that's not title shot.
I don't agree with you at all. Okay, fine. Fine, Sophie Dopey. We can agree to disagree. It's quite all right. Let's see what they got. But let's just be honest here. Like you said, on the character scale, I mean, they're a little lacking right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing wrong with it.
Right now, and I mean, they're still new too,
Yeah.
new to WWE. But like their introduction character was, "Hey guys, do you already know who we are? We're good wrestlers."
Right.
And
That's okay. That would have worked in AEW. Which, by the way, I saw a thing on AEW.
even Kurt Angle, who was a legit good wrestler, had a character beyond "I'm a good wrestler."
Thank you. Thank you.
If anybody could rest on those laurels, I mean, then that's how you end up with Gable Steveson.
Too soon. Too soon. All right, here comes the Intercontinental Champion,
All
Bron
right.
Breakker.
That belt doesn't look right on him, though.
And it doesn't. The
It
flare
belongs
blue
with
was
Jay.
great, but it just,
The blue really popped with Jay and all his merch.
yeah, it did. But I'm still salty about it.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about it.
Honestly, I miss a little more colorful gear from Braun. I liked it when he was raiding his dad's closet.
Okay, here's. It's
But I'm
funny
an
you would
old
say
school
that.
Steiner fan, though, too. That's me.
I didn't. I didn't feel it went with his heeldom.
That's true. It didn't. It was counterproductive to who they wanted him to be.
Yeah.
This is pure personal preference speaking.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah,
but
yeah,
also,
yeah.
they could have tried, because there is the kind of in 2024, the 1989 to 91, 92 Steiners could have been looked at as heels.
Yeah,
Guys
you can make a case.
who wrestled you so hard they wrestled like bullies.
You can make a case.
Like, I mean,
And I'm all about the hard hitting.
oh
You know
man,
that.
yes.
You know that. I'm not about the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul tickle
Nah,
fights.
dog. If you're looking for a good Steiner match, one of my favorite Steiner matches is from Clash of the Champions 15, Knoxville, USA. It was in the summer of '91. The Steiners on TBS were defending the IWGP tag titles at a Clash of Champions against future NWO Japan member Masahiro Chono and Hiroshi Hase. And those guys just beat the brakes off each other for about 8 minutes. Chono kicks Rick Steiner in the head so hard it broke his headgear. And that was like 2 minutes into the match. So I'm just saying, if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of stuff, highly recommended.
Do you understand why he's called the wrestling historian now? Okay, knows more about wrestling than anybody.
Let's go.
Okay, but right now
look
we got
who's
a
in the
vicious
house.
stare down, and these boys are going at it. But I'll tell you right now, call his name and he appears. I believe in 3 Diglets. I believe in 3 Diglets. Boom! B
One more
not
clap
here.
for the third Dicklet.
Hey, get Roman, Steven, get the tables. Put him through the table. Put Roman through the damn table. By God, well, he was damn near broken in half. Don't get me started.
Let's
I got Roman
testify.
right over there. Okay, I should.
You got
we
one
should-
of
we
these
should get
trays
it.
could collapse.
I think he might be right on that, boy. We can make it happen, Captain. Although I think B
At
might
least
be
get my
watching.
belt shot.
Just in case she isn't, no Roman was harmed in the making of this live video.
No tribal chiefs were unacknowledged.
But we want to go ahead and acknowledge you, B. You know we love you, and we acknowledge you. But right now, I'm acknowledging the biggest single super chat of the night, and this is why he is the big dog. Arr, arr, arr. Thank you, 3 Diglets. Wait.
All right.
Oh, here come the little dog. I do the bark, and here come the little dog. Okay, you guys want another treat?
Let's go.
All right, I'll give you one more twizzle. One more twizzle for being such good girls and being patient. All right. Who wants it? Give me one more twizzle.
Bone Crusher
All right, there you go, Bone Crusher. How about you? Come on over here for the cream of the crop.
Get in your grandstanding and your hot dog, and
A cup of coffee in the big time, yeah.
History
Cup of coffee in the big time,
Macho Man, yeah.
I love it. I always love having Steven here. It's
One of
always a
the
good
weirdest Savage lines I ever heard because I watched WrestleMania 3 like 100 times as a kid on VHS.
Yes.
He was. Do you remember Mary? Oh, hold on.
There we go. Went over to the announce
Okay,
table.
Braun. Putting Sheamus through the table. Do you remember Mary Hart, the
Of course,
Entertainment Tonight
Entertainment
host?
Tonight.
She did a couple of gigs at WrestleManias, and she was, doing the Mean Gene thing, the backstage interview, and Savage started flirting with her, like leaving the promo set,
not recall
and you could
this.
just hear him. You could just hear his voice trailing off. Go, if you want my phone number, it's on the back of my license plate. Yeah, and I'm like, what kind of a weird line is that? It's just the weird things. Yeah. If you want my phone number, it's on the back of my license plate. Yeah.
Wow.
Which years later in podcasts, I'd hear Bruce Pritchard telling stories about Macho Man, and he'd be like, talking to ladies and beverage establishments, and they'd say, what's your name? He goes, Macho Man. Yeah, look at the boots. First name Macho, last name Man. Yeah. Wearing his gear to the bars.
Wow.
I don't know if he went full on, but yeah.
Wow.
It's good stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Look, we're doing our podcast. We're going again this Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's going really, really well. We've been going through the McMahon series. We'll have some other things we're going to be discussing, but this is the thing.
McMahon, dude.
It's still, as a wrestling fan, to see how things were, it just kind of, I don't know if I think about it often. I got involved in the entertainment industry because I really enjoyed the craft. I wanted to see how it did, and I went to film school and all that stuff. And I get how the movie magic is done. Like, you look at the set, on this side, you don't see all the movie magic, it doesn't look quite as shiny, on the other side of the camera, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But pro wrestling is just that as well. You're putting on a show, and as a kid, even as a young adult, I did not want to see like tape of, like, I remember the Buried Alive with Concrete and the Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see the rehearsals.
Right.
I don't want to see the dress rehearsals. Do you understand what I'm saying? It bums me out. It takes me out of it. I don't know how, I can't reconcile it with myself. I know what it is and I accept it. If I'm not thinking about it actively, I'm fine. Having done movies and TV and plays and all that stuff and doing the dress rehearsals, and it's great. Then you finally get out there and you put on the show and it's a great time.
Yeah.
And you enjoy it. But from an audience perspective, I just want to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Wrestling is a lot. I mean, people want to compare it to like the circus or TV or movies, and certainly is all those things. But honestly, a lot of it, and at the end of the day, is like going to a magic show.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you don't really think a woman's being sawed in half, but like it ruins the show for you to focus on where the wires are hidden or where the things like we don't think about you guys don't think about that when you watch Game of Thrones or when you watch Law and Order, or any of those things. Like, when I watch Ted Lasso, I'm not sitting here thinking, did they really play a full 90 minutes of soccer and just like, no, they set up a shot, they take a shot, it's fine. But like, I'm not watching the game in the show thinking like, oh man, the moment is presented to you. You want to enjoy the moment.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I got to say, it's been a lot of fun having Steven with us, going through the McMahon series. It every time we go through it, there's a piece of my childhood that dies every single time.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, geez, it was behind the stages, behind the scenes in pro wrestling throughout the years. It was dirty.
Seeing how many beloved people, heroes we had, like all that they kind of endured for his ego.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard.
And I joke all the time. I do my Hogan thing because it's irony. But I got to tell you, the more I see about Hogan, boy, the more I'm just like, that freaking guy. I can't with him.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, 3 Diglets. Macho
Yes,
Man
sir.
forever a fave. I know that's the truth. I know that's
Absolutely, JR.
What up,
Wrestling is a
Rolando
beautiful storytelling sport. Absolutely.
the truth. Lauren Biggs. I see you, Lauren Biggs. W Nostalgic. Thank y'all so much for joining us. B, if you just joined us, she is out of town this week. But we've got the wrestling historian, the man that knows more about professional wrestling than anybody walking the face of this earth, because he can't help it. Woo! But right now, big gold. And I got to be honest with you.
Custom made from head to toe.
This is a big belt.
It is. I have to sit it down here for half the time. It's
Like,
just-
this is a big, heavy belt. You had to really be working out back in the day. When I remember when they first premiered this thing, and I'm looking at this and going, that thing is gigantic.
I can't remember if it was this belt or the old NWA title that was before this one that they used to call the 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah.
But no doubt Flair was carrying around plenty of weight
plenty. And they took it
from
with
airport
them.
to airport. Yeah.
They took it with them, put it in your bag. This crap weighed a ton. But getting back to the action right now, we got Sheamus, we got Bron Breakker. I would love my heart of hearts to see Sheamus finally get it. But I got to be honest with you. Are they ever going to give this man his flowers and get that strap around his waist?
I think they will if he can hold on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much Sheamus has left in the tank.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I don't want to say that's what matters, but like I think that's probably the compelling factor is how much time Sheamus wants to keep being in the ring. Honestly, I think it would be a great idea to get it to him by Mania. Give him the moment at Mania. Let him cross it off the list. A good night one match.
Well,
And
I think he's going to do it. He's gotten in better shape since his return.
yeah.
Everybody was talking about the burger after burger, but he's definitely slimmed it up.
Well, he's also got that YouTube show too, where he like does workouts with other superstars
Yeah, he
and stuff,
does.
and like those guys are nuts.
He has one, I think, right now with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green! That's just hilarious.
She is amazing. You know what though? Let's see. Chris Wrestling View says I got freaking Kaiser coming out.
Probably.
I wonder if he comes out to interfere. Here's an idea.
Yeah.
We just see the seed planted of Gunther telling Kaiser, you need to go be your own man. Braun, still kind of a heel, but he's really more of a tweener these days. I'm just going to go out there and be a badass. And
I'm
if
okay
you
with
like
that.
me, great. If not, I don't care.
I'm okay with that.
What if Kaiser finds a way to take the belt off Braun? And that's how we get it to Sheamus.
Wow.
But I want to see Sheamus have his moment. It's just, I hope it's with the right moment and the right story. Like, I don't want to just have him take this match. You know what I mean?
So so then you're saying you would have Kaiser be a transitional champion?
Yeah, totally. Maybe for a month or two. Like, no, that's too soon. Oh, actually, so I read they are doing, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, they're doing another Saturday night's main event, like post-Rumble before Mania.
Really?
Like, I don't know if it's going to be quarterly all the time, but I think there is going to be another one between Rumble
not mad at
and Mania. You could do it there
I'm not mad at
and
that.
then have him hold it to Mania and to give Sheamus his Mania moment, and then do whatever you want Raw after Mania.
P. Diglets heard that as well. Chris Wrestling Views, thank you so much for joining us.
If me and
We
Diglets
appreciate
agree
it.
on something, it's pretty much absolute truth.
I think it's a good truth. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is. Here
Yeah.
we go. White noise. There we go. Come on.
Okay.
Here we go. Get in there, ref. Do your job. Come on. That was
Out
3.
of position.
That was like 6. It took
That's
you 10 minutes to
crazy.
get
Jesse
there.
Ventura would be having an aneurysm over that refereeing right
Do
now.
your damn job, ref.
Come on, Monsoon.
My gosh, it was looking like. Okay, what's funny? Bron Breakker is the same color as Sheamus's hair.
It really does blend in.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah, it's like the top of his head is a paintbrush, and he's just been headbutting him all night.
Oh my
crazy.
gosh, that's exactly what it looks like. It's hilarious. Sheamus is looking good. It's a great matchup. I would love for this to be a title change tonight. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. It's kind of
Yeah.
a shame. It's kind of a shame because I hate the fact that they did. I get the idea of transitional champions. I do. It just still hurt me. I still haven't gotten over Kofi, and you did it to Jay. I get it.
I wouldn't call Kofi a transitional champion. He just got screwed in how he lost it.
Yeah,
He
okay.
got treated like a transitional champion, but
Yeah, maybe that's
he
why
had
it
it for
feels
3-4
that way.
months.
Yeah.
You know, he had that Ziggler feud, he had an Orton feud,
Yeah,
a few others, but still,
yeah. That's true.
the way he parted with that belt was wrong.
All
And then he was
kinds
just
of
holding
wrong.
pancakes 2 weeks later. I was so mad about that.
Yeah, I know. Although I'm not mad at
Oh.
pancakes. Big knee right there. He was setting up a spear. We gotta count.
Oh,
That was 2.999.
2.999.
Come on.
Oh,
Come
man.
on.
And listen, just to point this out, this Raw is taped tonight, so that crowd has already been sitting through Raw for 2.5 hours already.
Yeah.
So just a good testament to this match at the energy of the crowd at this
You're
point.
not kidding. I'm gonna tell you, man. Having been in a live show like with AEW, and you're like 6 hours in. I mean,
Right.
It is tough to
Journal
keep that
log.
energy up.
We have run out of food.
Oh my gosh. We're turning to each other like
Tony
a pack
Khan's
of animals.
face is all powdered from the makeup. I mean, what else would it be?
Oh, he was on the
Oh.
road. He caught the spear, but Sheamus,
Oh.
good ring awareness.
Ring
rolls
psychology,
outside.
good ring awareness. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Braun could not
Veteran
close
move.
the deal. He's frustrated. Why you frustrated, buddy?
Hey,
What's wrong, buddy?
difference between a vet and a rook.
I'm telling you. He's going outside the ring now. Something's about to happen. Something bad
Yeah.
about to happen.
Sophie, I think you're right. I think there are going to be a few more tape shows coming up to the end of the year because they're actually going to let the roster.
Oh,
there it is.
Luba Kaiser interferes.
Maybe this Saturday night's main event.
That could be. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Because you, like you said, you've got Braun being kind of a tweener.
Yeah.
Right now, this is great.
This kind of like heel face confusion and alignments is a very TV 14 thing.
Yeah.
So getting ready for
Wow.
dang.
Took them all out. He reminds me a lot of Cesaro with his size, but yet his strength
Yeah.
ratio.
Oh yeah.
He's not quite as big as Cesaro, but you feel what I'm saying.
He so wanted to do the Nazi salute right there.
Yeah, you're not.
He's like, okay,
Careful, buddy.
just close fist, close fist.
Careful.
Okay. Triple H, give me the book real quick. Just come here. I want to talk to you for a second.
Yeah. Bring it in, H.
Bring it in. Saturday night's main event. You put Kaiser over Braun. Do it however you want to do it. Make him the title. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Stella didn't love that.
Would you mind getting the door?
Yeah, I got you.
Because
I'll be right back.
Youngest came back home. I'll hold big
Hold
gold.
Just hold it real tight, yeah.
I'll hold big gold right here. Oh man, this has got some weight to it, y'all. The youngest came home. You can leave it open. You can leave it cracked. She'll come back in. All right, you good there? You good there, Bone Crusher? right, let me. Yeah. Okay.
Heavy lies the shoulder.
Yeah, that is good gracious. That'll have you see a chiropractor real quick.
Hey, we'll
All right,
okay.
Sami Zayn over here talking
I'll
to
return to
Seth
my
frickin' Rollins.
booking idea after the commercial break. Let's see.
We'll go back there.
Yeah.
You were willing to do it last year. So that's what we're asking you to do. Do it again this year. Stand side by side with us at War Games.
War Games.
I would stand side by side next to you. Jay, I would stand side by side with you. I would stand side by side with you, Jimmy, but I will never, under any circumstances, stand side by side with that tyrant Roman Reigns. I will not do it. I will not do it. You got no idea how much that hurts me to say.
They're saving that resolution.
For a lot of reasons. But one of them is I would love to get Bronson Reed inside of the steel cage and tear him apart. But I'm telling you, boys, it's not worth it. The possible consequences on the other side of this, Roman Reigns back in power again, it's not worth it. I understand your conviction. It's blood. It's vengeance. I understand it. But I'm telling you guys, it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it for me. But look, I'm going to solve all of our problems tonight. If I go out there, I'm going to drop Bronson Reed. He ain't going to make it to the games. Whatever happens inside that cage, and whatever happens
Wow.
after War Games, the Bloodline, that's on you guys.
Seth Rollins is not convinced.
So good luck. I'm out.
I kind of wish Seth
Wow.
had put on that froofy jacket to strut off.
That would have been kind of nice, actually. I don't know if it's
getting a lot
my
more.
now distrust of Sami Zayn or not, but the look on his face looked a little crooked. He had a little crooked look on his face. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is that, like, they're still not fully on the same page. If it was me, well, I'll come to that booking idea in a second. Let me finish this other thought. Put Kaiser over Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental title. Have Kaiser become obsessed with retiring Sheamus, and Sheamus puts his career on the line in an IC title match, and that is when he gets it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
War Games, though, actually, Diglets has a super chat. I think would be
Yes,
great.
3 Diglets. Yes, 3 Diglets with the golden locks. Was War Games ruined for you guys after knowing there would be a 5th member on each team? Because it was for me.
I won't go so far as to say is ruined, but I think it was unnecessary. I would love, because Seth and Bronson can keep doing their thing. I enjoyed seeing Bronson's reveal on Friday. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I did, but immediately I was like, no, have it 4-on-4.
Yeah.
And then just keep building the story after War Games. Because for me, like, I'm riding right now. I'll give my prediction now. I don't think Roman's Bloodline's winning that match.
So they're coming up short again.
I think they're going to come up short again because the story's not over. And like, because if you win in a War Games, like that's got to do something to you, you know, like it's really hard to walk away. Like the Horsemen used to lose all the War Games matches back in the day, but they just show up on TBS the next week talking like they never lost.
Right.
Because
Right.
you know, no titles were on the line in War Games. They were still holding all the belts and all this stuff. And so they could still walk around all cocky, but, yeah, and I know like the original War Games were 5-on-5 and stuff, but you know, it made more sense. I almost, and I'm feeling a little crazy. If you want to justify, if you don't want to really bury Roman and Sammy and the Usos by having them lose, have them not be able to find a 5th guy and have them go in 5-on-4. And they just like, screw it. We'll take you on the 4 we got. And they can make a run of it, but say like Jacob and Bronson are too much for them, you know? And like, and I'm not going to go on full on predict this, but it will not surprise me if I see somebody take a tsunami off the top of that cage. And that'll end it, bro. That'll end it right there. Or the ref will call for it. Anyway,
You're saying the top of the cage
I'm
tsunami.
curious. I'm curious if they'll do it. Like, I mean,
That's a lot of man meat coming
I
down.
guarantee it's a conversation that's being had, whether we see it or not.
Gosh.
But even Bronson, like when they've interviewed him, like about his, the 6 that he gave Seth, apparently he was like, "Oh yeah, we weren't planning to do 6 that night."
Right.
when he dropped like number 2, he was like leaned down. He's like, "You good if I go up again?"
Right.
And ended up doing 6 because he was listening to the crowd. So yeah, I don't know.
And
I
that's
don't
the
know what to
other
think of
thing
it.
too. Stella, I'm speaking here. Bone Crusher, Stella.
When his hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Thank you very much. I really wish they wouldn't say that. Look, I'm a purist at heart. Okay, I believe in keeping kayfabe close to the chest, and I you can answer the question without answering it like that, without saying, "Hey, are you good?" It's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
are you good? Okay, I'm gonna go up again. Yeah, let's
Right.
get me." Like it just takes me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes me out of it. You know what I mean? Because, and I say that to say, then what's the point of having a press conference after a big PLE when it was already pre-planned?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we saying here? We're talking about it's make believe. It's nonsense. Like just don't.
Mm-hmm.
Just answer the question. Like, hey, look, I told him to stay down. He stayed down, and it was what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And that was true.
Sure.
Just like with the $1 Million belt, I remember the $1 Million Man was saying his wife said all of those diamonds were cubic zirconia, except you had a real diamond on the inside of the belt. So he says, what was the point of that? She says, because when somebody asks you if the diamonds are real, you can say yes. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can still keep it and still not lie. Like, there's a way to do it
Yeah.
that just doesn't take you out of it.
Even Grayson Waller had almost had a Dr. D, David Schultz Vader moment on an Australian morning show a few weeks ago. Well, I guess it was actually, I don't know how long ago it was. I just saw an interview that it got brought up. Like,
Really?
Yeah, because like they were talking trash about wrestling, and he was just stood up and he was just like, "You want to go?" He's like, "Let's go ahead, let's go." And he was still like in his character. He didn't turn into Vader or anything like that. But and even then, he's like, and he said, and he was talking to I think Chris Van Vliet about it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I was having fun with it, but also like they were scared once the cameras turned off. They're like, "Are we good? Are you okay?" Everything. And he's just like, I think we need to protect our business more. Like I'm tired of people not taking our
1000%
business
agree.
seriously. And like
we know what it is, we accept it, but like don't, and that's the issue that I have with Ronda Rousey. Don't crap on the business.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Well, yeah, and like why would you insult somebody's business to their face? Like especially a business that's predicated on such strength and athleticism. Like what do you think's going to happen if you poke that bear too much?
Exactly. Any one of these people, these are all trained athletes. They all work hard and they know deep, long, strong moves to take somebody down legitimately.
Yeah.
But they're trained to do it in such a way to make it look a certain way without actually killing anybody. But if they wanted to, because we've seen it, somebody jumps into the ring, we see a switch real quick.
Oh yeah. That was some real fun during the Monday Night Wars. Because you still had, even the referees could get down.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Little Randy Anderson from WCW, little 5'1" Pee Wee Anderson.
You don't want that.
Dude, he made Dean Malenko look like The Miz. I mean, and no disrespect to any of those guys, but like, he could go.
All day. All day.
He just didn't have the look as a wrestler. So a lot of drunk frat boys in the Atlanta area got a real surprise back in the day.
What is this? Oh, Vegas. Dang it. Why weren't you in Vegas?
Well, they just showed too the Netflix Raw debut is going to be at the Intuit Dome.
I know.
Across the street from SoFi.
So it's funny you would say that because B texted me earlier about that very thing, and I was like, okay, we got a such and such. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it won't buffer.
Yeah, right?
You're live.
I know, exactly.
I'm telling you right now, Netflix. I'm telling you right now, if you're buffering, it's going to be a real problem.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a real problem.
No
We're going to
doubt.
have a real problem, you and me. I got to see where the... hold on
I was
one
legit
second.
excited to see Cody on game day, too, repping Georgia for that day.
How can you not?
Great win by the Georgia Bulldogs, by the way.
Wow, look at Dakota Kai over here.
Yeah,
All right, I got to see where... hold on one second.
sure thing.
I want to mute my mic. Hold on.
Mm.
Is Stella with you? Okay.
You know, with this kind of promo for Dakota Kai, it's a shame they did not put her in the women's U.S. title tournament.
Yeah,
That would have been a perfect vehicle to get some extra mileage out of promos like that.
But I actually want to ask the question though: are they not doing it because and that was a solid headbutt.
Yeah, caught her right in the
I
jaw.
love her when she does that. But do you think they didn't do that because, and I hate to say it this way, but Dakota is a little bit, let's just say, injury prone?
Yeah, I think I'm sure she still probably got that stink on her a little bit, like Tegan Knox did.
I hate to say it like that,
But I do think Dakota's probably going to have a little bit of a run to prove herself, so to speak. So we'll see. I like this. They're doing an advantage match
I'm good with
for
that.
War Games.
I'm good with that.
Dawsey, yeah, I mean, they didn't say that the women's U.S. title was exclusive to SmackDown,
Right.
but everybody in it is on SmackDown.
Right. What up, Sunya Singh? Good to see you. But somebody that we're not seeing right now, I don't know if it's an injury situation, but has anybody seen Natalya?
She was in something we saw recently. The Battle Royal, the women's Battle Royal that EO won a couple weeks ago.
Right.
She was in that.
Yeah.
But she has not been
Like she's not been
featured in anything.
Yeah.
No, she's got no stories going on that I'm aware of.
And I know
but
she
they dusted
resigned.
her off for that.
So I'm just kind of wondering what they're doing with her.
She might, also just be, she's always been known as kind of one of the trainers,
Yeah.
one of the vets. I mean, maybe she's just taking on more of that. Who knows?
Interesting.
I don't know.
All right, EST versus, I'm not mad at it. When was IC Champ going to Raw? I mean, we will see. We will see.
I got to say, the only thing I don't like about them doing the advantage match for War Games is the old trope in all the NWA or WCW War Games matches where they would flip a coin. And it just so happened every single year the heels won the coin toss because, you want the heels to have the 2-on-1 advantage so the crowd gets revved up for when the next face comes in.
Right.
But it just so happened every year the Horsemen managed to win the coin toss, and I'm like,
They can't help it. Now, I want to ask you this question talking about heels. War Raiders, what are they?
I feel like they're in the Bron Breakker group side of things right now.
Somewhere in the middle, that gray area.
Because they haven't done anything heelish since they came
but they
back.
came out really aggressive, like you in a heel fashion. You don't typically see the good guys
I feel
yelling
like
and screaming like that. You know what I mean?
I feel like them,
Look at this.
Bron Breakker. I would call them all Braun Strowman to a degree, all kind of like Road Warrior level baby faces. Like they're not necessarily good guys, but the focus of their fury always tends to be in the direction of heels. Because they're in the ring with a couple of heels now too. So
Lauren Biggs, now let's go ahead and expound on that. You're talking about adding another title. They need to extend the time. Please tell me more. And we got Emily Lyons Bristow over here. Hey, A and Steven, just got done listening to episode 4 of the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah!
thanks so much.
Did you enjoy it?
Let's go.
Did you enjoy it? Because we are going to be filming again this
Loving
weekend.
the series, they say.
Thank you
Awesome.
very, very, very much. That means the world.
I love to
us,
talk about
Emily.
wrestling.
We
It's
do.
just so fun, yeah.
We do. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk
Yeah.
about. Goldberg needs to retire. You leave Goldberg alone. He's got one more match in him.
I don't know why. But
Look, let's just get.
can you
the
just
Golden
get your
Era
son
match.
a Peacock subscription like the rest of us? We don't need you in the ring. I mean, listen, and I liked Goldberg, okay? But, like, he's not going to want to come back to spear Carlito. And I, as a friend and fan, and wish that I was a stockholder of WWE, as a shareholder, I would love to say, I don't want my money going towards putting you in the ring with somebody like Gunther either. Like, you leave these new stars alone, and if you're too good, to spear one of the Creed brothers or somebody else in Legado del Fantasma, then stay in your seat, dude. Get some action figures made, get in the video game, be on the Legends deal, release another DVD. Like,
I like it.
let it go, man. Stop listening to Bret Hart. He just can't let go of nothing.
What do we have? I don't know. What is call them? The old fogies. Match.
Like
We
a
get
seniors tour,
the seniors tour.
like in the group PGA. I mean, Hogan tried something like that once, I think. I mean, he didn't call it that. That's not what he was trying, but that's what it ended up being. It was like him and Brutus Beefcake and the Nasty Boys and all of his friends, basically, like Duggan and Kurt Hennig or something. I think. It's like was it the XWF or was it something like that? It lasted for like a year and a half or 2 years, I think. But
hey, man, we just once a year.
Yeah,
because you brought him out. I'll forget where we were. I remember when they were bringing out all the cats, and it again it hurts your heart when you see these guys that you grew up watching, and they can't stand up straight. They're walking real slow, and it's kind of sad. But that's one of the things that I will say that I enjoyed about the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble is, for me, more nostalgia than anything. I love seeing some of those yesteryear stars coming in there.
The Royal Rumble is the best match WWE puts on, and at least year to year for me, because it's big enough to where you can do multiple things in the match. You can have a holy moment. You can have nostalgia. You can actually carry forth a narrative in the movie. Hey, I'm thinking about 2020 before the world went to crap, and we had. I know some of y'all hate Brock, and that's okay. He's not the best person, but Brock basically defending himself for the first 13 or 14 guys in the Rumble until Drew eliminates him. And then the whole first half of the match was, can anybody eliminate Brock? And they had so many good spots. Yep. You had good matchups. You had that Keith Lee moment with him. You had, you had Ricochet kicking him in the nads. Like you had Kofi getting a shot back at him, like, because he threw everybody out in like 3 seconds until Kofi showed up. Kofi was the first guy in that Rumble that Brock didn't just hoof out. And so he ended up hoofing out like 3 of them. But seeing Brock doing like a Jeff Hardy move against Big E. So like he put on his working boots that night. It was a great story. So you had one whole story for the first half of the Rumble. And then after Brock gets eliminated, it's like, who's going to win? And then the whole consciousness of everybody watching who was there and at home had totally lost it out of their minds that none of us predicted Edge come back.
I know.
And so when he came back,
I know.
That's still for me, that Edge isn't my favorite wrestler, but his return is the best return moment in pro wrestling history for me.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be.
It was it was a shock surprise, much like Cena's in 08. But like, and I'll die on this hill. I also think he has maybe the best theme song in all of wrestling too, and his theme song could not have been more appropriate for that moment in life.
Yes,
when you can see the look, the actual like shoot look in his eyes when all the smoke is going off behind him, and you hear the words, "Another chance to chase a dream, another chance to feel alive," knowing that 9 years ago he thought he was done forever.
Yeah.
And like, that's just like, you can say fake all you want. I will pick that on my TV every day.
But that's what still bothers me to this day that I'm not settled with, that you have somebody like Edge, Adam Copeland, coming back after almost a decade, being as decorated as he is in the WWE. A guy like that throwing ideas out at the brass, and the brass are like, nah, not so much. We got nothing for you, buddy.
Sure. Yeah. And that's the hard tension, right? Because at some point they've got to manage their roster.
Yeah.
And like, Edge is decorated in all those ways. And those guys, this isn't unique to Edge either. Almost none of those guys really know when it's time for them to fade into the background.
Yeah.
Instead, they'll look at their resume and be like, look at what all I bring to the table, which is fair. It's fair to think. But also, like, you'll never get a Bron Breakker. You'll never get a Gunther. You'll never get a Jey Uso.
No.
If you let those guys keep dictating where they stand on the top of the card. So I'm just saying it's hard. It's hard to balance both of those things. And so I hope that this move to Netflix and stuff someone mentioned it earlier. Like, I hope that actually expands the runtime again for Raw.
Yes. Yes.
Because they were
yes.
really hitting their stride and balancing TV time for everybody.
Yes.
Right before they went back down to 2 hours. And this has also been, this has been good. They're getting to a better point with this 2 hour phase now. But if they go back to 3, I really think they could tell some better stories.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 hours has been great for us to walk the channel mascots, I will have to say, before it gets too late.
Yeah.
That's the only positive, but it's just not been, I don't know, man. I was concerned about this when they were going down to 2 hours because you fit a lot into 3.
Yeah.
And it's not like that third hour was trash. I mean,
No.
it really was.
It used to be.
It used to be, but it hit its stride, and then it just kind of stopped. Like right now, look, we got 30 minutes left in Raw,
Right. Yeah.
which is wild to me.
And I'm curious too. You know, you mentioned about Edge and him, you know, bringing ideas to the table and them not being pursued. I mean, Bobby Lashley and MVP also had, you know, similar complaints, and that's maybe not a good example because they were present under Triple H's the beginning of his regime, and Edge was, you know, Vince was still calling the shots when Edge left. But I do wonder. And this is not a dig on AEW, but like a lot of those WWE guys who grew to appreciate at least the presence of structure, a lot of CM Punk's criticisms, the presence of structure and organization that isn't really present in AEW, and not necessarily because they're amateur hour, but they probably, I bet in their perspective, they say that they value autonomy and creativity and all this stuff, but at the same time, you got to have some kind of guardrails in place to really make it all work. And so I wonder how many of those guys are thinking, maybe I could come back when it's time. I don't know.
And the War Raiders caught the dub.
Yep. I don't think there's any surprise there, but I wonder at what point Judgment Day is going to defend the belts, though. Because they get a lot of
it's been far too
ring
long
time.
since they have.
Yeah.
And I need them to. Now, I've also noticed, I see that his beard is coming in nicely, but you did a little clip over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just a little trim every once in a while. One, I don't want to block the logo of the
I can
T-shirt.
appreciate that. I can appreciate
And, you know, I preach from time to time. I don't want to look too unkempt for our congregants, you know.
That's okay.
So, you know, do what I can.
That's okay. You can rock it like
Thanks,
I mean,
JR.
That is a little unkept. I will not lie.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The
Okay.
other members of Judgment
All
Day
right.
coming in here.
It's
beating them
trying
up.
to get up the scraps.
Get him up. Get him up, JD. Get him up. Oh,
I'm going to have to turn into the demon.
I missed that. I missed that.
It's a real missed opportunity for some like purple and white face paint.
Thank you. Thank you. And which would actually make a lot of sense if you brought out Demon Finn if they had something going on with the Wyatts. I mean, that would be like, hey, fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Absolutely.
But WWE loves missed opportunities. All right, we got a super chat right here by none other than the Three Diglets. What do you think about the wise man changing his number? What do you think that's going to lead to?
I really don't know. We touched on that at the beginning of the show, earlier on in the show.
Hold up.
We interrupt this programming for a VHS screen.
Hold up.
Gosh, Bo looks so much like him.
The trust of the innocent
So much, Bo.
is a liar's most useful tool. We offer you salvation.
We're going to get back to your question in just a second, but thank you very much, Three Diglets. Hold on. Hold that thought.
I tried to warn you. But you damned yourself. I'm sorry for what happens next.
I genuinely believe that he thinks he's sorry.
You chose this. Your hands will forever be bloodstained, crimson, scarlet, red, because of your actions.
What's up, CW?
Are we talking about the final testicle? Testament? What is happening right now?
You will lose what matters most. Man, I love that.
I just so love the change, the subtle shift. This is very reminiscent, but completely different from The Fiend.
Yeah, 100%. This seems to be the closest to that last iteration of Bray, who came back right before he passed. Of I'm trying to hold the evil at bay, but if you keep poking me, it's going to come loose, and I can't control what's going to happen. I'm not going to be responsible for what happens.
Is that kind of like a Magneto in X-Men 97?
Seriously, though, right? There's something like that. But that, man, Bo look, I mean, everybody was saying in the chat, too, like he looks so much like Bray right now.
Yeah, he does.
And it looks great. And, like, so I guess he's still talking to Miz. But when he says you're going to lose what you love the most, I mean, I'm tempted to make a joke because if you ever watch Up, Up, Down, Down, he's lost all of the titles to Xavier in repeated Street Fighter 2 matches. But, I mean, that just makes me wonder, like, do you think Maurice gets involved at all?
Please bring Maurice back into this.
Do they make it personal? Because, like, and then the last, sorry, CW, I'm whispering. I'm just being introspective, I think. Whenever I talk about the Wyatts, I get a little sad, and I think my voice drops a little bit. But I'm curious, you could bring her into it, and that last shot was of Nikki.
Yeah.
So, like, I wonder if they will, if it's an abduction thing or whatever, but, like, because you're really probably going to have to get personal in some way to hurt a character like Miz, who's so superficial.
Which I'm fine with. Okay, let me see what we got over here.
Yeah.
Let me get caught up over here. I can see Maurice getting involved. Yeah, I can see it too. Because we all know that at this point she's really not going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You don't need to, but you can get involved. And that's one of the things that I'm still kind of sad to see that Big E never came back, even backstage, to do the it just kind of saddens me because you can, and you can at least come out there and separate your boys.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We still have a week or so to go because they're doing that 10th anniversary New Day thing.
Oh gosh.
So that could be.
That's what
what if the Wyatts are aiming for the New Day?
That's all gonna get destroyed.
Because Woods, the original Wyatt family, made Xavier poop his pants, metaphorically speaking.
And quite literally.
Yeah. It went up, up, down, down, you know what I mean? But he, they have a history there, and clearly Woods is, tempting and tiptoeing on the line of family betrayal, which seems to be the real trigger for the Wyatt for the Wyatt Six.
Yep.
So it could be. I don't know. Or they could just get involved with Final Testament further and go after Scarlet or something. I don't know.
But do you see legitimately Xavier turning? Because a lot of people that's been saying that it's going to be a Kofi turn. Why is everybody calling right now?
I don't
understand.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it'll be a Kofi turn. I think if there is a turn at all, it'll be Xavier. But deep down though, I don't see how you don't involve Big E in any capacity at all. So I see one of two things possibly happening. One is they come to the brink of breaking up, and Big E squashes it. And it's like some emotional, ultimately positive segment. Otherwise, Lyra Valkyria is on our screen.
I hope we get Big E back into this. Yeah, Lyra Valkyria. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or, and this is, this has been this is a real guess or an educated wish, as Deadpool would say. That what if Big E has been secretly cleared for a while now? And
we don't know.
And what if Xavier does turn on Kofi and Big E comes back for revenge?
Wow.
Or what if Big E's like, they're about to break up and Big E's like, I've got good news. I'm good to go.
Wow.
And that squashes everything. And maybe, or one more thing, is that they don't necessarily break up, but if Big E comes back into the fold, he's like, me and Kofi can tag Woods, go get your gold.
Yes.
That's honestly would make me the happiest, to get Big E back and to give Woods a non-heel turn excuse to go be a singles champion.
Yes. Yes.
Because that's the true happy ending to the New Day story for me, is Woods getting singles gold. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, here's Kofi. I like Woods' shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. Wow. Oh, come on.
Oh, why you gotta be so cold? I mean,
Wow. Come on,
to
Xavier.
be fair, everything
Come
we
on.
said earlier in the show about what it takes to be a tag team, dressing alike, having tandem, Tozawa and Otis have never been it for me. It's mainly Tozawa, and I don't mean any disrespect.
I'm okay with
He just
that.
don't click with me.
Oh, man.
I do feel a little
that
bad
is-
for Otis, though.
That is hurtful. That is hurtful. Are we liking... oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me get to these super
Sure,
chats.
yeah.
Hang on. Teflon Don right here says, been at work the entire time. What did I miss? Brother, let me tell you something. Sheamus is the new Intercontinental Champion. Not.
Teflon Don, go watch that opening segment too. Pretty much got all the ladies in one segment, but it's all the best ones.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful
it was
thing.
a beautiful segment.
Actually, this has not been a bad Raw.
No, it's
been a
been
bad
consistent.
Raw.
There really haven't been any major downers. You know, the War Raiders tag match was a little bit of a breather,
Yeah.
but it wasn't bad.
No. This is good. Now, we got him as Seth Rollins one more time. Sami Zayn with the Usos backstage,
Yeah.
trying to convince Seth Rollins to jump on board with them for War Games. Seth Rollins like, no, go kick rocks.
I laugh.
So
Oh, gosh.
I now ask the question: will the result of this matchup force Seth Rollins' hand and push him into War Games?
Well, let's see. We've got 2 weeks to War Games. There's still a little more time to drag it out.
Okay.
For Seth.
Okay.
But I think we'll be moving in that direction more. I don't think his no is the final no.
Okay.
I think something will happen to drag it out a little bit longer, whether he ends up in the match or not.
Okay. Three Kings right here with a big super chat circle message. I always keep hope that Big E doesn't want to ruin his own screen return. Because his on-screen return, because he has plans on returning as a wrestler and doesn't want to cheapen the pop. And damn it, y'all, just said it while I was typing.
Great minds think alike, man.
That's hilarious. You're probably right.
Hey, I mean,
You're probably right. And I sincerely hope that he is healthy
yeah.
and can return. Now, if this is a situation like an Edge, was like, look, dude, it's a wrap,
Yeah.
then we have seen him on the mic. We've seen him doing commentary. There's nothing to say.
We just getting right to it.
Hold it. Bloodline is out here. The match is about to start. Temu Bloodline is here.
Oh, let's go.
Main event, Jey Uso.
It's coming a lumberjack match right quick.
Here come the Usos. Here comes Sami Zayn. Okay, hold up.
They need to cut to Roman backstage still listening to the on hold music.
He's just all disheveled.
Dun dun dun
beard
dun
done
dun
grown out
dun
more.
dun. I work for a call center. I've got it in my brain.
We've all heard that music. Wow.
Oh, laying it in.
Jacob Fatu catching the double super kicks from the Usos. Went over the barricade. Yeah, they're
Okay,
geeking
they
out. Look at them
leaving.
geeking out. Oh my gosh. And of course, if that were Roman, Becky be all like, ah. She said she was going to join. You know what I'm talking about.
But he
You
went
ain't
through a
slick.
table already.
You think your nickel slick, but I got your penny change.
Testify.
Thank you, Three Kings, for that big super
Yeet
chat.
chin music. I like that.
You think Woods is going to win the world title? Three Diglets? Legitimately?
Who? Woods?
All right, more than words. That's B. Let me give that special shout. Hey, girl. Hi. You know I love your mama. Which, by the way, your mama called me too. You called right after your mama called. Don't y'all know this is Monday Night Raw? Huh? I got the wrestling historian right here. Put some respect on it. But you know I love you. Give more than words a shout. That is B in there. She's got her own channel as well,
What's up, B?
talking about some very important mental health things. Please show her that love.
Thanks for letting me sit in your seat tonight, B.
Lumberjack
JR
match.
asked earlier what your thoughts were on Shinsuke's return.
Look. Let me say it to you like this.
It's going to be good.
Let me say it to you like this. I've seen this story before.
You know how this movie ends.
I know how this movie ends. I was thrilled and excited when they were finally giving this man something to do, some great promos. They were filming, and he just kept losing. Okay, you hurt his stock. Then he disappears, goes over to Japan, does whatever he does, whatever. You're back, newish look, which I kind of like, kind of a Sith Lordish kind of a thing. All I'm saying is this. I don't want to see a repeat of what we saw last time. If you're coming out here to do something which you kind of already did before, you're getting the better of somebody behind their back, cool. But when it's a one-on-one match,
Yeah.
if I don't see a different Shinsuke, because it's clearly obvious to me that we're trying to go a little darker with him. If we don't have some new moves, if the King of Strong style is not doing something interesting, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced yet.
I'm happy to see LA Knight move on from Mello and Andrade. You know, I mean, I like all three of those performers, but like that had just been oversaturated, you know, for weeks. So I'm glad that there's at least a fresh matchup.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me all that much, to be honest, which sounds like I don't care. Like I do care, and I want to see the feud, and I want to see what they got planned for it. But I'm not too particularly miffed at whoever comes out on top in that, you know, because I think if they do put Nakamura over, that they're committed to not giving up on LA Knight at this point because he's consistently over. He's a merch seller. He's the Slim Jim guy now. So like, I mean, he's getting his bag. So I don't think, I mean, I see him similarly, honestly, to how I see Jey Uso, in that even if they rise and fall in terms of whether or not they're holding the belt, that I don't think the company is going to abandon them at any point.
Right.
Like they'll just put them in a position where they're still going to be featured, even if they're not in a title feud. Now, Shin, on the other hand, I don't know. Like, I want to see him thrive, but like, I'm interested to see this week where it goes from here, because if it's just more attacks from behind, then that's just a recipe for losing at the pay-per-view.
Right. Right.
So
See,
I honestly would kind of like to see Shin go to NXT for a little bit, mix it up with some of these newer guys.
I wouldn't mind seeing
I mean,
that.
just for a stint, you know, not like full time.
But it's funny, Lauren said he's been in the catering vortex so long, he's got purple bags under his eyes. He did look a little tired.
You know what who I would like to see go to NXT is call me crazy, but even if it's just for a month, I'd like to see R-Truth join Chase U.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, just see R-Truth join Chase U. I was reading today.
Yes.
I was reading today actually that Danhausen
Oh, I read about that.
is
too.
like in the creative has nothing for you phase.
That vortex. Yeah.
And then I started thinking Danhausen and Truth would be fun together. And so then my mind kept going, right? And I was like, let's put Danhausen and Truth in Chase U with Chase and Duke and those guys. And then I don't know if I'd say Danhausen turns heel, but Danhausen curses R-Truth.
Yes.
And then cursed R-Truth is just badass Ron Killings.
I mean,
And he can do that for like a few weeks, maybe even be North American champion briefly.
okay.
And then the curse gets undone because wrestling is magic and we do whatever we do.
You've got my
and
money.
then he can go back to being R-Truth and have, because I'm sure he's having the time of his life.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
being goofy R-Truth, making money, always getting pops every time he comes
yeah.
out, But I would still love, for the children, for the future generations, that you guys could see what Truth is really capable of behind the jokes, because that dude could go.
I love it, actually. I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Okay, more than words and 3 diglets. You all play nice. I don't want to have to put you all in timeout. We have that power. Okay? Love one another. Love on one another.
Sky is falling. Me and Diglets are just agreeing everywhere tonight. This is wild.
Oh, my gosh. I love it.
Good stuff's
I love
coming.
it.
It's a money idea.
B, I don't know if you're able to. Well, actually, you are. You're on the East Coast. So do you have Raw on? Are you seeing this live as we are seeing this? Because she's actually on East Coast time.
Oh, okay. You on East Coast. She'll get to watch NXT
She
tomorrow.
gets on, yeah. You will actually get to watch it.
Right.
Do the live from where you are. Okay, fantastic.
Boom.
B, for the members only, B is going to be doing a special live watch along for the members only NXT live from the East Coast. Bam.
Get it.
Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me
A
to
heel
that.
Woods in NXT wouldn't be bad either. CW. I just like if he turns heel, like he's gonna have to spend. I mean, for me, if he's gonna turn heel, he's gonna have to spend some time on the main roster fleshing that out.
I mean,
before he
saying.
just ups and leaves.
I'm just saying.
Unless his heel turn is I quit the New Day.
So,
And then he shows up to beat up Trick Williams in a couple weeks, or something.
I mean, something needs to happen over there because it's. But I don't know if they necessarily need it, but it's fine. It's fine. Now, my question is, we had the Temu Bloodline out here. We had the OG Bloodline coming out here. Now they're gone. So that's it for their involvement for this?
Well, we haven't seen Solo or Roman.
True.
I don't know that we're gonna
True.
see Roman, but Solo hasn't shown up. It was just the Tongans and Jacob. So maybe he shows up a little later.
Well, that's something. That's okay. That's an interesting point.
Pinske,
We have not seen Roman show up on Monday Night Raw. It's like he is. We don't want to lower the stock of Roman, but yet Seth Rollins, being the workhorse champ that he was, went all the way down to junior high. He went to NXT.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to show up over there, and I know he wouldn't be afraid to show up on SmackDown. But would we ever get Roman over here to Monday Night Raw for any reason?
Well, we will on January 6th. That's already
yeah.
being advertised.
Yeah.
That they're bringing out the big guns for that first Netflix show.
Then what are we doing here?
We're dealing.
What are we doing here with
Yeah.
this?
You're gonna have they're already advertising Roman, Cody, Punk, Cena, and others.
I got Cena to win the Royal Rumble. I'm telling you right now, he's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to get another title. Just make it happen.
It's gonna get number 17.
Just make it happen. Break that record.
I still want to see Cena get shot number 17 and lose it.
I'm fine with it. Wait.
But-
You mean lose it as in
Don't
like
win
he
the
gets it
title.
and- oh no, I'm not.
He'd
okay
get
with
the
that.
match, but not the belt.
Oh, nope. Not okay with that.
That's just the. But I mean, I won't hate it if he does. I mean,
gotta disagree with
is
you,
he-
homeboy.
was Seth bleeding?
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm sorry, no, just like it went to black right as I was looking at his head.
I wish that actually existed.
You know what would be wild though about Woods going to NXT? It would seem like a bit of a demotion as he's like Spider-Man number 3, so to speak, if he won the NXT championship. But when Kofi won the WWE title, the title was on SmackDown.
Right.
When Big E won the WWE title, it was on Raw.
I'm listening.
And if Woods won the NXT title, he'd have won from NXT. So like the New Day would have displayed dominance over every single brand, which is a way to pitch that, even though Kofi and Big E won the exact same belt. It was just on a different show at the time.
True.
So it still needs to be the WWE title. But although, one more thing while we're just pitching ideas during commercial break, since there are so many of them, Woods could win Money in the Bank. That's a shortcut to checking that off the list if the company really would, because they did it with the Shield. Shield were all WWE champions, and Money in the Bank factored into 2 of them.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of put my mind in a pretzel here, but I'll tell you what, Three Kings got something to say right here.
keep
How
on
about
talking.
this? Hear me out. How about R-Truth attacks a Final Testament and then 3 Live Crew reunites? Oh, hell yeah.
Remind me, was that the New Age Outlaws and Conan?
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. You have to get away from keeping it 100. What's this podcast?
Welcome to the Doghouse. Man, could you imagine? Oh, my gosh.
Live
I mean,
Crew.
look, Dolph Ziggler did win the NXT championship. That
True.
did
Becky
happen.
Lynch did too.
That did happen.
Afterwards.
I mean, I still feel a type of way about it because, like I said, I'm fine with people moonlighting if they're going to, I don't know. It's like old school television sweeps week. It's just I don't know what to. I don't put a lot of stock in it. It's a fun thing to happen, but I'm looking for the long term.
Well, sometimes in those cases too, with Ziggler and with Becky, they pretty much went down there to put the shine on the next person.
Right.
So like Becky, it was Tiffany Stratton, and I think it was Braun for Ziggler. So I get wanting to do that, especially if you don't have anything to do with those vets either.
Yeah, but the thing is for me, and I've said this several times, I can appreciate the fact that they're trying to bolster NXT to be a third brand, but it's never going to be. And I'm going to say this wholeheartedly. If they're going to keep up with the draft, nobody, and I mean nobody gets drafted to NXT.
No.
It does not happen. And there's a reason that it doesn't happen because we know what NXT is.
Yeah.
So the fact that you have these grizzled young veterans coming down from on high, like you graduated and then you're getting demoted back to junior high. It's fun, it's cool, but it still never sets right because of what it is, and it'll never be on the level of the other brands.
Yeah.
Especially, like I've said, you've got these guys like the Trick Williams or whatever who show up on those main roster in the audience and no kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Nothing. But yet we had Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson for several weeks, and now nothing.
Yeah.
No consistency.
Yeah. No. And I mean, I think they're using NXT well in relation to the rest of the main roster shows and not having it be a two-way street. I think that experiment is mostly over, especially when it comes to the drafting.
Yes.
Because obviously you do want to draft. I mean, that's what the NFL draft and the NBA draft is, players from developmental leagues coming up to the pros. And so it's totally fine for them to be doing that with NXT, moving them upward. But yeah, moving somebody downward that's harder to say.
Hi, Stella. Welcome back.
Hey.
Welcome back, Stella. No, don't worry about that food. You already had your food. Come here, Stella. Come here, Stella Rose. Say hi to the people.
Stella.
Say hi to the people. Stella!
Hey.
All right, we got a big frog splash, which I'm pretty sure that big Bronson Reed barely felt. It was like the buzzing of flies to him. You were like the buzzing of flies to Vigo.
Ghostbusters too. Oh man. Talk about
one
it.
of the worst Ghostbusters, but it had its
creepy.
moments.
That still had nightmares about that portrait though. Jeez.
Thank you, Rickety. Well, okay, so there's I don't know if you saw it. I'll show it to you when we leave. There's a portrait of me in the hallway, and we still have during Halloween they kind of put like cobwebs and stuff, and they tilted the painting. So I still have the cobwebs over there because there was a movie called I think it was The Haunting with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Was it called The Haunting?
Yeah, I remember what you're talking
Right.
about.
So
yeah.
you had Ukraine and the big oil painting. So I wanted a portrait of me kind of like that.
Okay.
I still don't quite have it, but it's as close as I'm going to get for now. But it's when I was playing Judas in the Passion play.
Nice.
So I will show you that. All right. Yes. Yeah. We got refs got gloves, so somebody's definitely got some color.
Yeah.
I think you were right on Seth. Seth is about to put him down, trying to
Pedigree.
get the pedigree on him. Nope, can't happen. Big man said, nah. Ooh,
Oh.
solid
Mush.
super kick.
Pedigree.
What just happened? Why? She's calling me again. Okay. Hello? Hello? Am I being called again? She's calling me again. Okay. Well, she wants to say hi to the people. All right. All right. We got B on the phone here, everybody. B.
Uh-oh.
Live on the West
B
Coast.
calling in from parts unknown.
B,
First
where are
time
you
caller.
chatting from? What's the temperature? Parts unknown.
I'm in Washington, D.C., and the temperature is like, I don't know, is it like 40 something outside? What is it right now?
Because guess what? She's
Home
a
of
write-in
Batista.
candidate for the presidency. She's there to campaign. She wants them to know that she wants her voice heard.
Oh, Solo came out. Yes!
Everybody
There
saying
you go.
hi.
Seth is now going to be in this by default. You already knew.
Okay, hold on now. I don't know if you're ahead or not, but Seth
think
Rollins
she's a
going to the
little
top
ahead.
rope right now. Nope.
Oh.
There's Solo. He had a mask on.
Seth Solo masked up and everything.
He did COVID protocols.
DVD. I missed the Death Valley Driver.
Wow.
That just happened. That really just happened.
He must be ahead of us. He must be ahead of us.
So now you know.
Come
that
tsunami.
that you knew it.
Oh, tsunami.
This is what was happening.
That's it.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap. See what I'm saying? Solo over here, popping in here, popping in there. You don't see Roman one missed phone call, and now his whole world done collapsed.
Roman needs to grow his Eulofalas back and get in line.
What's that be now?
But from what I understand, someone in our chat when the comments was saying that, remember that he had two phones, and Solo smashed Roman's phone. The other phone belonged to, who did he say?
Well, yes,
Sammy?
and I was talking about that very thing. So we missed this, and I'll send you the video clip. So
That was it.
what ended
That
up
was it.
happening?
The show's over.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
no, sorry.
Over here.
Yes. Gotcha.
Forget about all them
Sorry.
trifling heifers over here.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Okay, so what happened was when they were backstage, Roman and the OG clan, and then Solo's music hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn, he had his hands in his pockets. He took his right hand out of his pocket, then he took his left hand out of his pocket, put something in his right hand, and then he tossed what he put in his right hand onto the sofa, and it was a cell phone. As this was going on.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you that clip. So all I'm gonna say is this. I didn't want to believe it, but now I feel that Sammy is dirty.
No.
He's a dirty dog.
No.
Steven,
You're just misunderstanding the situation.
how do you feel about that, Steven?
I'm still on the fence with where Sammy's at, because it was also shown in previous footage that when Paul went to his phone and said, Siri, call my tribal chief, that Solo grabbed that phone and smashed it like Bronson was dealing with Seth.
Yes.
So, I mean, it could have been just a botch where where Sammy's like, I know we about to get into some action in the ring. I don't want my phone to get messed up.
Maybe.
Let me toss it on the way out. Or it could have been Finn Balor, grabbing the room key card. I don't know. It could be.
Maybe.
Or it could be a
anything.
new cell phone, and when Reigns finds it, Paul Heyman will call him on it. See, you didn't even give him the benefit of the doubt.
Then why
phone,
didn't
who
you just
dis?
tell him right out the gate, but like, here, call him on this? Nah, he's dirty. Okay? I don't trust it. Like a Chinese restaurant open 24
Good
hours,
night,
they don't
JR.
take out no garbage. I don't trust it. You understand?
Well, on that note, I know you guys got to give your ratings, and I was out to dinner, so I've only watched the end, and I still have to watch it. But the end was great. I can tell you that.
Well, while you're leaving, this will be a fitting super chat because your number one fan, 3 Diglett, says with a $10 super chat, B, you need to leave.
I was leaving anyway, and I just wanted to let everybody know I love them. Well, except for 3 Diglett.
He just paid $10 to ask you to leave.
Sure
I
did.
love you guys.
For that
Have
support.
a great week.
Thank you, B.
Thanks, B.
Love you very much.
Have a good one.
All right, say bye to
Bye.
B. All right. That's hilarious. All right, so
right.
what would you give your rate? Drop the rate for
yeah,
Raw.
I mean tonight. I mean, I think I'd probably give about an 8 out of 10, 8.5 maybe.
We got some.
You know, the tag match was just kind of there for me, and but the segments were good. I mean, you know, the Wyatt segment's still compelling. Opening segment for War Games was short and sweet, but really good. Main event is moving along, so Seth has a reason. Seth has more of a reason to fight than he did at the beginning of the night.
True.
So we'll see where it goes.
True. I think this is going to push him into, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. Once again, Seth, he called the show didn't have the stick. I mean, he got dropped like a bad habit.
Yep.
And he knows what's coming. I know he wants his vengeance and everything, but that Temu Bloodline is stacked.
Yep.
That is stacked.
It's a stacked team.
I just don't see Roman's OG team. I don't see it, but we'll see. All right, so we will run down the rates for Reed. Gives it an 8.
Paul Heyman had to run to Boost Mobile and top up his phone. That's what happened.
It might have been Mint Mobile, actually.
Right.
Mint Mobile. I don't trust Sammy like how
Call up Brian
Santino doesn't
Reynolds.
trust Baptista and John Cena. I love calling him John Cena. Well, what you're going to do next year is you're going to call John Cena champion because the champ is here. That's what he's actually right there. All kinds of love. 8 out of 10 for Anthony. Thank y'all for the love. For B, Jody Bennett gives it an 8 out of 10. Justin Hollicrane gives it a perfect 10. Dylan Danger gives it an 8. Main event. Mommy Jaya gives it a 9. Wesley Franklin. Always a pleasure, Wesley.
Yeah.
Let me see here. You gave B. Oh, he said bye to B. I thought it was an 8. That says bye, B. Rickety says a 6 out of 10. So it was meh. T-Man an 8. Marcus Baker. We love you, B. Shamonica Williams an 8. Patrick Case an 8. The Wise Man has a family dollar phone and phone service. You ain't never lied. You got a burner phone. 8, give it an 8 War Games. Headbutts out of 10. That's hilarious. I'm going to agree with what pretty much everybody's saying here and you as well. I'm going to give this an 8.
Yeah.
I think it was
Solid.
a fine Raw.
Absolutely.
You know, it wasn't the worst, wasn't the best, but it was a solid Raw. I have I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at this. Lauren Biggs, 7 Tsunamis out of 10. Wesley Franklin, 8. Ryan, Cinematics, DCU fan. So you're not a Marvel fan. That's what you're saying. You're all about the DC universe. So Ryan, you give it an 8. I want to ask you a question, Ryan, off topic, but let's seriously, legitimately, did you like Black Adam? Did the hierarchy of power in the DC universe really change with Black Adam? I really want to know. I'm going to ask that forever. I think the movie would have done a lot better had he had not done all that. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get there. We'll have conversations. I would love
Another
to have
day.
part of a have a break with our podcast and just kind of talk some movie stuff.
Let's do it, man. Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun. George Lewis, a 9 out of 10. Marcus Baker, 9. I have a way better phone than the Wise Man. Wise Man need to pay his damn phone bill. Isn't that right?
He probably still on his mom and daddy's plan.
I mean,
Back in the ECW days, I mean,
You
he
would
still
never
lived in
lie.
their basement. They shot promos out of his mama's basement.
well, he's from New York. That's how they do over there.
Well, yeah. No judgment. Listen, when you're living in a place that the rent is too, you know what? You got to make ends meet
You
somehow.
got to make ends meet. So I'm not going to lie on that. B joined us from all the way over in the West Coast, the East Coast, Washington, D.C., knocking on the door of the White House, letting them know to Trump and everybody else, nah, I was on that ballot. I want my voice heard. So go ahead and vote for President B. We love you. Thank you very much. And I'm just kidding to all the heifers out. I mean, all the, you know, I love y'all. You know, I love y'all. She's with some coworkers. We go back some years. I'm just kidding. I love y'all.
It's all good.
Big thank you Big thank you to the wrestling historian, Steven Sanders, for filling
Thank
in.
you guys for having me tonight.
Big Gold, man. You all just don't know the fact my man comes with the hardware.
Keep subscribe to Marked by Wrestling on YouTube. We'll get started sometime soon. And
On social media, you are...
social media. I'm screen.stream.shelf. If you want to talk movies sometime, you can find me there. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and Marked by Wrestling.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Not the heifers. I mean, you know, they ain't on my phone anymore. I can say what I want. They 3 hours ahead. They already in bed. I can say what I want. No, I'm just kidding. I love them. All right, I appreciate. Hey, do you think Paul Heyman will show up at Survivor Series? I know. I kind of want to save that for predictions. We might have you join us for predictions.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that happen.
I'm going to save that for predictions. I don't want to. I need to think about that. I want to save that for predictions. Thank you very much. This Friday we will be back for Friday Night SmackDown. B will be back live on set.
Let's go.
So come on back with some more A&B Combos Wrestling Edition.
See
If you
y'all in the
have
chat.
not caught yet our Patreon, please go check that out. We got a little snippet here on YouTube of our podcast. We are doing it again this Saturday. And I think it's, what is it, episode?
I think it's the last one.
last one,
wrapping
right?
up McMahon. Yeah.
A lot to be said there. A lot to be said. So it's
Thank you,
been
Wesley.
a fun time. Thank you so much to our mods, to our subscribers, to our members, to every single person that reached deep down into your pocket and you say, you know what, because we love you, I'm going to go ahead and show that love for that donation. I'm going to add up the tally because B keeps a tally. I did not, so I'm not quite sure who won or defended the mid-card championship, but I'm going to tell you right now, our Super Chat champion, 3 Diglets, you know we love you. Thank you for dropping the biggest single Super Chat of the night.
Yes, sir.
But that doesn't mean that everybody's Super Chat does go unheard because as we said before, you already know it doesn't just go to this channel. It goes to a good cause. We are supporting a child with this. We are sponsoring a child and we're going to be sponsoring more with your generosity. Thank you so very much. God bless you guys so much. I got to go ahead and walk the channel mascots, doing it by myself because B done left me.
A cursory overview has the smart money being on 3 Kings being our workhorse title.
Okay, well, 3 Kings. A cursory overview.
That's
I think
the,
you are the successful defending,
Exit polls are reporting.
reigning, defending. Is
yeah.
that what this reporting right now?
These are projections. So if we had, the big map
That's
on the
right.
screen, it would just have 3 Kings
Zoom in
face
on
on
this
it.
county right
Yeah.
here. We got 3 Kings, but you know what? It's not lighting up red. It's not lighting up blue. It's lighting up green for that dollar bill.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a price.
Nobody can. Truthfully, I wish I could, but I
Just a
cannot.
couple of Virgils up in here.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Mike Jones.
All right, keep it back, keep it locked, and we will see you right here, Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you very much to Big Gold and Steven Sandridge.
Yes. See you next time.
We are out. Thank you. Good night.